Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Theodosia. If you are new here, thank you for coming. Welcome, grab a seat, have a drink, and if you are not new here, thank you for coming back. You know the vibes, so let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about documents you need for a tourist visa. Quite a number of people have requested for this video in the comment section. So if you're watching this video and there's a video or there's something you want me to talk about, please put it in the comment section and I would, talk about it. So I'm going to be talking about documents you need for a tourist visa. I have a video where I have spoken about different visas applicable for Mauritius. So if you're interested in that, please click up here or check in the description box. Okay, so basically if you're watching this video and you are a Nigerian and you want to come to Mauritius, you have 14 days on a tourist visa in Mauritius. Other countries have more than that, but as far as you're a Nigerian, you have only 40 days to spend in Mauritius. So let's go over the documents that you need. So obviously the first thing you know, if you've watched my previous videos, is that Mauritius is visa on arrival, so you don't have to do any visa applications before that, but you need necessary documents so you could enter without any problems. So the first thing you need, obviously, if you're going to travel to any country, is your passport, and you want to make sure that your passport is not expiring, within the next 6 months. To be safe, just make sure it's not expiring within the next 6 months or 1 year at most. That being said, one of the reasons is, you could be here and Mauritius could be on a lockdown and you could not travel, and by the time you leave, maybe your visa has expired or something. You might never know what will happen. So just for the sake of entry and for the sake of emergencies as well, you would also need an accommodation reference or a receipt from your either your hotel or your villa where you would be staying. They just want to make sure that you have a place to stay for a particular period of time, and so that you don't just enter the country and you're wandering up and down. The next thing you would want to have would be a proof of funds. You could either have a proof of fund statement with your bank statement, or you could have cash. That being said, it's because you'll be spending a limited amount of days in Mauritius, so 14 days. You would want to have I think, is it $100 per day? I'm not sure while I'm recording this video, but I'm going to put it on the screen. You need to have a minimum amount per day for the duration of the days you are going to be spending here. But if you do not have the cash, your proof of funds, your bank statement, obviously would state that. But definitely if you're coming here and you're a Nigerian and the issues we're currently having with the central bank, you would want to have dollars, should in case you have issues with your bank, and then that you can only withdraw $100 per month. I think some banks now is $200, so it's just best to have your cash while moving to a whole different country, because you'll be spending money. The next thing you want to have is your vaccination card, and it's not an empty vaccination card or a fake vaccination card. You would want to have a fully finished, so you want to have taken your vaccines fully, and you want to have your vaccination cards with you. Currently, Mauritius requires that you would have taken a booster vaccine for you to be deemed fully vaccinated. If you've not taken your booster vaccine, if you're coming in, you would need to be quarantined. Obviously, that's going to be really expensive. I mean, for some people, not for everybody. So why not just take the booster vaccine, and then you don't need to quarantine. You need a negative PCR test 72 hours before your arrival in Mauritius. And then you would also be required to take a PCR test at the airport to make sure that you are also negative, because they wouldn't want you, being a carrier of COVID and, transmitting it around the island. And make sure that you have your negative PCR test 72 hours at most before you arrive. You would also need your yellow fever card. That's a no-brainer. You would want to also have your return ticket, obviously, because you're on a tourist visa and you have 14 days, so you would want your return ticket to state when you should be leaving. We didn't know after the 14 days. So now for unvaccinated people, so for people who don't want to take the vaccine or probably haven't taken the booster vaccine, and then Mauritius doesn't see them as people who are fully vaccinated, they would also need a negative PCR test 72 hours before they arrive, and then 14 days after arrival in Mauritius. But the catch here is that you would need to quarantine. You will need to quarantine for 14 days when you enter into the island. So that means you'll be spending at least like 28 days here. But I've heard of some cases where they've come in, they were negative, and because they were not vaccinated, they still had to quarantine. And then within that, after the 7 days, they found out that they had COVID, and then had to spend extra days in quarantine, which meant money. So yeah, think about it. There's an official link from Mauritius for quarantine centers, booking quarantine centers and hotels. I'm going to put it in the description box, so make sure you check that if you haven't checked it already. And yes, so that's all for the list of documents and things that you would need on a tourist visa. If I missed anything, please make sure you put it in the comment section. If you have any questions, please make sure you put it in the comment section. I will be happy to answer your questions. And on a side note, so I have been helping / consulting quite a number of people who either want to come here or have questions for me about Mauritius, or want to come here for a longer stay, or want to come here as a student, or whatever questions you have. Please make sure you check my handles and make sure you send me a DM. Obviously, it is not free because time is money. And so yes, I am charging. So if you have any questions for me, or any personal or more private questions, or if you require or you need any guidance, please make sure you check my Instagram handle or my Twitter handle, and make sure you send me a message and I will be happy to reply. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure you click the like button. Clicking the like button makes YouTube know that this video was helpful, and then to recommend it to other people. If you have someone who is thinking of traveling to Mauritius on a tourist visa, please make sure you share this video to them, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed at this point. Please subscribe, and as you subscribe, please make sure you hit the bell button beside the subscribe button. You will get videos immediately when I post them, so make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell button. And as always, my name is Theodosia, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.